morning. Today is Monday, January 21st, 2019. Sorry, I have to keep looking at the day. Hi, everybody. How are ya? I'm Jen. Blossom is still in her crate this morning. It's pretty early. Well, it's not pretty early. It's 7:46, but unfortunately, we had Blossom at the veterinarian in an emergency call yesterday because she ate something out in the back garden. We don't know what, but it made her really ill. And so we took her to vet yesterday just to have her checked. So she's on 2 meds and she's fine. She was jumping around yesterday afternoon and things, so I think she's gonna be okay. This morning's drink of choice is coffee, because with some Truvia in it. I did this weekend what I do every weekend, which is not going overboard, but I don't stick to what I stick to during the week. So when I did my weigh-in yesterday, I had lost my pound plus an additional 0.6 pounds. So I'm not as far ahead as I was on Friday morning, but I don't care because it doesn't matter because I'm really looking at a pound a week anyway. So yeah, so everything's positive. It's really good. What am I doing? So I finished the hat that went with the scarf this weekend, and there was a lot of crafting going on. If you can see back there, right there, I started that, what do you call it? I started the wall hanging quilt. This one. Oops. Try to get it straight, Jenny. So I started that, so as you can see, the black, the darker bit that's on the end here is where I started. So yeah, it isn't turning out the way I thought it would turn out, but it's the first wall hanging I've done, so I'm not really bothered. I've laid out the next 3 rows, I think, but unfortunately I can't do those today. That's pretty much a weekend thing. As you can see, I got some of my things up on my board, my spool holder, my ribbon, and my zippers are up, and the baskets. It was a bit of a task, so Ian had to do it, but yeah, I feel good about having all that out because it's just easier than going over to that big thing over there, which is starting to get empty. Because I put the boxes or the baskets on, I was able to put some of my little bins here. I have 3 over here, but by my sewing machine, but they're all for they're like sewing machine attachments and things for, immediate things that I need for sewing and the bags, construction, things like that. So yeah, the scissor holder that I showed you that I made out of that purple floral paisley fabric, Ian's gonna put a couple hooks on there, and I'm gonna put a couple plastic grommets on the back so that can hang there so my scissors don't lay out here. My sewing table looks a bit of a tip right now, so I'm gonna have to move some things. I like weekends because I don't work out and I don't need to use this as much on my knee, so it's really good. But yeah, so exercise this weekend. Jesus, I don't even know if I got much. I spent a lot of time sitting. I won't even lie, but I was sitting holding Blossom. I guess she was just so needy this weekend because she didn't feel well, poor little thing. Sorry, bear with me for 1 minute here. Oh shit. Yeah, so anyway, so there was a lot of exercise. I did get some things done, as far as going up and down the stairs, obviously with Blossom, and then going to the basement, lots. Yeah, it was a pretty quiet weekend actually, so I'm really looking forward to getting back into my my routine this morning. As soon as I'm done with this vid, I'm gonna get her out and we'll take her out in the back garden and feed her, and then while she's eating, I will be having my exercise time. Yeah, so my plan for today is a lot of housework downstairs, a lot of vacuuming, floor cleaning, floor scrubbing, plans for meals. Again, I'll probably have my pear this morning and probably a couple cups of tea, and golly, then I will have some oatmeal for lunch. Because to be honest with you, I've actually been craving my oatmeal this weekend. It's really weird. Every time I look over, I went, oh, I miss your oatmeal. So maybe depriving myself of the good stuff on the weekend is a good thing. We're going to talk about weekend eating in a minute. So yeah, and then I am braising in some olive oil some beef. I bought this giant beef roast, and I'm gonna try to stop buying so much beef because of the environmental impact that cows have. And if you live on a dairy farm, I'm really sorry, but tough. I'm slowly moving us over to different milk, and yeah, I'm really sorry. Both my grandparents were dairy farmers. Actually, my paternal grandfather was a dairy farmer, and he worked at New York Air Brake, which made the air brakes, funnily enough, for trains. But they had a dairy, and my dad, who was the oldest of 7, and his couple younger brothers, did all of the barn work with my grandma. And then my mom's mom and dad, they had a giant dairy in a very small town in upstate New York, and they did that their entire lives until, oh golly, they sold it at the really good time to sell their farm. And then he went to work for Agway, if any of you know what Agway is. And then he had an accident at work and ended up a quadriplegic, and that's a big, long story. It doesn't really matter. Not related. Anyway, I'm going to stop having so much beef. It's probably healthier for us anyway, but yeah, the environmental impact is awful, and I don't want to support that. Unfortunately, I'm really sorry if you're a dairy farmer, but yeah, the cows are hurting things, and you need to cut back. Everybody needs to cut back. So, end of lecture. Sorry. Don't hate me. Yeah, so, anyways, back to the weekend eating. So, we had gotten that giant, what do you call it, electric bill, and I was pissing my pants, so I was like, we got to cut back on things, and, no more takeaway on the weekends and things. And then I think that was really stupid, because on Saturday we decided to get takeaway, and so what I did was, I got the worst takeaway you can get as far as I'm concerned. Well, there's 2 really bad takeaways, because I don't consider pizza a bad takeaway. But there's Chinese and there's Indian, and because Indian uses clarified butter in fucking everything, and Chinese has a lot of MSG. There's that monosodium glutamate. Would explain my fingers this week. But so we use Just Eat here in the UK, and I have my regular order for the Chinese place, and so I just go hit reorder, and then it's done, and they deliver it half an hour later or whatever it is. But this time I went in, and I said to Ian, I said, I'm not being funny, but we always have so much fucking food after we have a Chinese, and we order too much. So what's the one thing, that you really like in the Chinese order? And he said, sweet and sour chicken. And I said, well, I like pork lo mein. So we ordered pork lo mein, the sweet and sour chicken, and this snack thing that comes with vegetarian spring roll. It has 2 ribs in it, and it has sesame toast, which I don't like, and I wouldn't like it anyways because it's uber fattening, and seaweed. And that is all we got, and it cut the cost of our order by 27 pounds, and which brought it within what I wanted to spend anyway. And it was still too much food, and I mean the container, like with the pork lo mein, is like this long and maybe this wide, but we didn't eat it all, so that tells you how much I didn't eat. And there's still half of it left in the fridge, and it's only like this high, so it's not a big container. And so I had my one Saturday night takeaway thing, and then Ian said the next day, I said, we need to go to Lidl because I need some low-fat ham. And he said, why? And I said, well, for lunch. And he's like, well, we've got that Chinese left. And I said, well, you might be having Chinese for lunch, but I'm not having it twice in a week. So Ian's still eating Chinese, but yeah. So it's about portion control, and I wasn't even really, I was thinking about it, but I wasn't, in the sense that, let me think. I don't know how to phrase it. I was thinking about portion control in the sense that I'd had a sandwich for lunch and I didn't feel uber hungry. So I don't know if it's coming more naturally to me or what, but I didn't fill my plate. I ate what I had. Ian went back for seconds. I didn't. And then I had a yogurt for dessert. No fat yogurt. So, and it wasn't really me saying, oh, you can't have any more. It was just me just, bleh. Bleh. That's a new diet term. Bleh. Anyway, yeah, so it was really, really good. And I woke up and the realization hit me that, holy shit, you didn't go. And then I didn't care whether I had any or not on Sunday. It didn't really bother me. Even after he warmed it up and I could smell it, I still didn't care. So, yeah. So, oh, I'm really sorry. Well, I didn't get much sleep Friday or Saturday because of Schlap Happy. Blossom. And then we had light popcorn last night while we watched half of Dog Soldiers, and then we decided we wanted to go to sleep because we were tired. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much what's going on today. Like I said, I've got vacuuming, cleaning floors downstairs. I got darks to wash. And then I'm up here to do a couple bags. And if you let me pause for a minute, I'll just show you what I sewed on Friday. Hang on. Hey, I'm back. So the first bag is just Jingle Bells. Is a sock bag, and it's the Coca-Cola one. It's just lined with this blue, but it's like a cloud blue. You see it? It's kind of like tonal, and it's got a little handle, and it's got a jingle bell. Hang on, it's got a little jingle bell on it. Focus. Oh well, there's the jingle bell. There we go. Jingle bell. And a tassel. And I think I've got one more Christmas bag to sew, and then that's done. And I made a start on my St. Patrick's Day bags. So happy St. Patrick's Day. Da 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 da. That's what it looks like. It's got that pull handle. And this is what's on the inside. I don't know if you can see it or not. There you go. That's gold. It's like a gold print on it. It's like metallic print on it. And yeah. So another one for the shop. So I'm quite pleased with this one. I must say this is probably the nicest bag I ever made. I do like this one. It's very good. Ta-da! So yeah, and I finished the hat that goes with the scarf, like I said, and I didn't bring that upstairs yet because I need to find a spot for it. Yeah, so that's all. I did some cross stitching, but I didn't bring that up either. It's staying downstairs so I can work on it. I brought my Christmas cross stitch up, put it up there in the top of the I put it up there. It's the little grayish one on the right hand side. Yeah, don't look at my mess. So yeah, so that's what's happening. I have gone to 13 minutes today. It's amazing. Whoa! Right, so I'm going to work really hard today, so I have something happy to report to everybody tomorrow. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling okay. I know January, February is kind of like, I've got cabin fever, or when is spring coming? And I know people on the East Coast are really getting hammered with some kind of Christmas storm, you lucky bastards. I miss snow. I know you're going to say I'm crazy, but I just do. I miss the snow, and I am jealous. I am jealous. So fingers crossed at some point, not today because Ian's at work, but on a weekend, we will get some snow and I can be happy. Anyway, until that happens and until tomorrow, I hope you have a great day. Stick to your diet, get some exercise, be healthy. I love you. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.